I mean, you got to be kidding, right? The Falcons have to be cursed. There's nothing else to explain what we just witnessed in Week 9 of the NFL season as the Atlanta Falcons fall spectacularly to the New England Patriots, 24-23. Welcome in, Falcons fans, to Falcons Today by Chat Sports. My name is Moose, and look, you name it, the Falcons can lose like it. Today, John Parker Romo misses an extra point. Still don't have a kicker. I mean, it's one problem after the next for the Atlanta Falcons. And today, I actually thought the team showed fight. I actually thought they came together and played some part of complementary football. And don't worry, we're going to break it down for you. I'm going to give you an exact breakdown of everything we saw in this game, from the offense to the defense, which ended up leading to the loss. This is exactly why you hit subscribe. I'm going to give you honest, thoughtful, thought-provoking, engaging, and, informative Falcons content, even when they lose. And look, Parker, you can't miss extra points, man. This is Young Wei Koo all over again. This is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game that we saw in Week 1 all over again. Your quarterback plays lights out, has one of the best performances of his entire season. Drake London is an absolute stud. Your pass rush is excellent, and yet you still can't crack 300 yards because they take away Bijan Robinson. Zach Robinson has bad play calling late down the stretch, and it's just a mess. It's a mess again. All right, so let's start with the defense first. You finally have a pass rush. Jalon Walker is a stud. That's why you drafted him at 15. James Pearce Jr. is unbelievable. LaCale London, welcome back, my friend. Holy cow. Brandon Dorless today. Both of those two. The interior pressure and the pass rush for this Atlanta Falcons team is undeniable. It is undeniably better. Jeff Ulbrich, clap it up, my friend. He wasn't perfect today. The Falcons' defense was not perfect today, but Drake May is playing like a MVP caliber quarterback, and yet you still got 6 sacks on the day today. This pass rush is really freaking good at generating pressure, and now we're starting to see the fruits of our labor. We are. That's the good news. This defense has arrived. It is an identity for the Atlanta Falcons. And yet you can't string together the W's because the coaching isn't good. It isn't. The coaching is not good whatsoever. We're going to talk about the offense. We're going to talk about the defense. We're going to talk about the offense. We're going to talk about the coaching, Raheem Morris and Zach Robbins specifically, and then we'll end today's episode. I've got more to talk about with this game, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's just this just doesn't feel fun anymore. Today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the exact same lineup. Want to pick more on Michael Penix Jr.'s passing yards, rushing yards, and touchdown? He had a nice little 20-plus yard run today, but didn't amount to much. Now you can pick all of them in the exact same lineup, only on Prize Picks. Here's how you play. Very simple. You pick your player, your more or your less, and then you watch your money multiply. Up to 2,000 times your cash this football season on Prize Picks. All you have to do, go to your app store, click the download button. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. So the good news is, Falcons fans, you have a defense. That's the good news. And here's the next good news. You have a quarterback. I don't want to hear another person mention Kirk Cousins' name again this season. I don't want to hear his name uttered once unless it's Kirk Cousins needs to be traded. Because this is your future. This is your future. Michael Penix Jr. is your future. It was his best game that he's played all season long. I thought he was awesome. I thought he was awesome. You know who was more awesome than Michael Penix Jr.? Thank Christ this man's on my team. He's unbelievable. He is unbelievable. Pay the man whatever he wants. He's insane. He is an insane talent. He's an insane talent. And I'm so happy he's an Atlanta Falcon. Drake London, you name the things that he was good at today in the wide receiver game. His route tree is excellent. His ability to go up in contested catches is excellent. His ability to create separation is excellent. His strength is phenomenal. He can block. He can do it all. Any route you need, he's got. He finds the end zone. He's clutch. He is everything I want in a number one wide receiver. Get this man some help. Get him an offensive coordinator. Get him another wide receiver. For the love of God, get rid of Raheem Morris and Zach Robinson, because taking away Bijan Robinson in the ground game proved to be effective yet again. And I know that the New England Patriots are really good at stopping the run, but Bijan Robinson is the best back in the league, and you've diminished him to looking like a rotational back the last couple of weeks. You have. It's a non-factor on the ground. Thank God he's able to do it as wide receiver. Thank God he's able to go out and line up in the slot and do as much damage as he can in the receiving game like he did today, because, my God, the Falcons, they're people know how to beat them. Teams know how to beat them. The Falcons should have won this football game, and they didn't, because they don't have a kicker. The coaching is inept, and the play calling down the stretch, again, failed you miserably. Are the Falcons cursed? I think so. I think so. Give me a yes or give me a no in the comment section down below. There's no other explanation for it. How can a team continue to lose so pathetically? Last week, you laid a nothing burger. This week, your team actually shows some fight, and you continue to make the same fucking mistakes. What are we doing? 2 minutes left in the game, punting that football away. I just don't get it. But I can only yell so much, guys. I can only get so angry. I can only tell you that Zach Robinson and Raheem Morris need to be fired. And I can only tell you so many times, they need a kicker. Holy cow. Younghoe Koo out of the building. You bring in Parker Romo, and you're dealing with the same shit. Maybe you need to draft one in the 7th round next year. Maybe that's what you need to do. Or maybe you need to hold a tryout in the streets of Atlanta and say, somebody, for the love of Christ, get their ass on the field and make a field goal. Hell, make an extra point, dude. Holy cow. Parker Romo was never the solution. He was a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. And now the Band-Aid's fallen off and you're bleeding again. But you still can't crack over 300 yards. Thank God your defense is as good as it is. Thank God your defense is as good as it is. You still can't really stop the run. I mean, right? You let up 110 yards. The Patriots, who have been notoriously one of the worst teams against the run in the entire NFL, or excuse me, one of the worst teams running the football in the NFL. You let up 110 yards. We know that there's a problem. We know they don't have a tree stump of a human being. They don't have a plug in the center of that defensive line, but their pass rush looks excellent. The secondary continues to shine. You only gave up 221 yards passing to Drake May, who has been consistently throwing the ball for a shit ton of yards and finding the end zone frequently. You've got a pass rush. You've got a secondary. You can build off of that. But you know what you can't build off of? Not having a kicker. You know what you can't build off of? Not having competent head coaching. You know what you can't build off of? Not having a run game. There are so many things you continue to fail at, Raheem and Zach, and it's time to acknowledge the elephant in the room. They're not coaches. They're not head coach and offensive coordinator material. Stop treating them like they are. They need to leave. It's time. Grade the Falcons today. For the fight, for the heart, for the comeback, for everything, for London, from Pitts and Penix, and I got to give it a B, but you still lost by 1. That's all I got for you. I'm going to break down the game a little bit more tomorrow. Falcons fans, hopefully the curse gets lifted soon. Rise up and be cool.